With plants of green and bark galore, prepare for the gore. Hello everyone, and welcome to Homebrew Hunts. Today, I have again, not one, not two, but 5 new special items. Some spells, some weapons, and some just plain items that you can use in your own D&D campaign. Courtesy of Mother Nature. So next time you see her, say hi. And tell her she owes me $5. But, in the meantime, let's just skip that and head over to the first item on the docket. A 3rd level druid spell called the Acorn. Its casting component is just that, an acorn. However, when the spell is active, the acorn will shoot into the ground and sprout to a full-grown oak tree as tall as the mountains. Though not actually. Any enemy that is within, anyone within the 30-foot span of its canopy must make a dexterity saving throw to not get hit by the falling acorns. If the person is hit, they are dealt 1d6 points of bludgeoning damage, but also get knocked prone. And every time that the spell is enhanced by 1 level, level 4, 5, 6, and 7, so on, you add another die. The next item is the stick. You know how when little kids play, they often use sticks and pretend they're swords? Well, this is just that. A stick taken from the tree of imagination. It does not use strength or dex, but instead uses that of the charisma modifier, as your creativity powers the item, making it not have the durability but also damage. While for anyone else it is simply a stick. For you, it is a great sword or a hammer, perhaps it's even a crossbow. The sky is your limit. Or should I say, your mind is the limit. The next item is called the Dragon's Claw. A pepper said to have been born by the tears of a dread dragon. Although no one knows if the stories are true, plenty of people have seen the power of these peppers. There are 3 types. There's the low, medium, and high. For the low peppers, it's the equivalent of a firebolt, dealing a small 1d4 points of damage to yourself from the heat. However, the second one, the medium pepper, allows you to make a cone of fire, near identical to that of the red dragonborn, but the damage is also higher, a 1d6. And finally, the hot. These items are much more rare, much rarer than most people would ever imagine. Some don't even think they exist. Oh, but they do. And these beauties are dangerous. When eaten, you gain the full strength of a red dragon's fire. However, in return, you are dealt 1d12 points of fire damage to yourself. And like every other point of damage, it consists until you take an action to put it out. The next item is the Blackberry Bush. This is an item that when placed on the ground and an enemy steps on it, they must make a dexterity saving throw in order to not be entangled. However, if they are entangled, they lose their speed, being cut in half. So if it's a 30, it's simply a 15. And it needs an action in order to get out, and during that action, you are dealt 1d6 points of piercing damage. For everyone who's planted blackberries, they know those spines can hurt. And these aren't just normal blackberries, of course. But the next item is good. Kudzu. A simple leaf put into a glass jar, but when broken, kudzu begins spreading at a rapid rate. Inorganic items, or even entities, such as trents and golems, begin being dealt damage by it. Not slashing, not poisoning, not even force damage. Are simply damaged every time that they are near it. For kudzu consumes everything. For those that are stuck in kudzu, they have disadvantage on perception checks. For looking out into a field of kudzu, you could not tell what was a house or a hill, including all rogues, especially having an advantage in areas affected by kudzu, and the terrain becomes rough terrain. If there's one thing you don't mess with, it's kudzu. For each of these weapons have one thing in common: nature. Each of these items can be used in tandem with one another to create awesome combination moves. And I encourage everyone, DMs and players, to use as much as you like. But I believe that's everything. Now then, if anybody else have any ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Please like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of it. But hey, you don't have to if you don't want to. Now, I hope you have a good day, night, morning, whatever. And I'll see everyone next week. End session.